1 year ago today, Tesla says that they bought $1.5 billion in Bitcoin. On February the 8th of 2021, Tesla came out and announced that they were going to be buying, or that they had already bought, a massive amount of Bitcoin. And this sent shockwaves through the cryptocurrency space because one of the largest, most powerful, most influential companies in the world bought Bitcoin. But there's one problem that is holding institutions back from adopting Bitcoin. I'm going to be breaking down in this video exactly what that hurdle is for those companies, and I'm going to show you how they are getting through that hurdle and how institutional adoption is going to help propel Bitcoin all the way back up to all-time high and beyond in the next couple of years. You're not going to want to miss this video because institutional adoption is one of the things that is going to drive Bitcoin to 100, 200, 300, 500,000 and $1 million and more this decade, and I cannot wait to tell you all about it. Without much further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. In more recent news, a Big Four power player in Canada named KPMG that does $30 billion a year in revenue. By the way, Tesla only does $50 billion a year in revenue. This firm just added Bitcoin and Ethereum to its treasury. This was announced on February 8th of this year, as in the Tesla news was announced on February the 8th of last year. But it's not just KPMG with some massive institutional adoption news coming out. In fact, Cash App has just announced today that Bitcoin Lightning Network is going to be going live on their platform, which will help users around the world to transact in Bitcoin at low rates. Why is this important? I'll tell you exactly why this is important. Institutional adoption is the next thing that is going to drive Bitcoin to the masses. You have to understand, most people work with their finances through some kind of intermediary. That's why Bitcoin is so powerful. It's the first really ever form of intermediary-less transaction infrastructure that we've ever seen. We have seen people, transact without intermediaries, without banks, without major companies in the past. But over the last 100 years, if you wanted to do a transaction, you pretty much either did it with cold hard cash or you did it through an intermediary. What we're seeing now is a lot of those intermediaries are coming online. We're seeing financial service companies coming online. We're seeing other companies like Tesla come online. We're seeing Cash App come online. The reason that's so important is because there's four major people that need to adopt Bitcoin. You need to see the retail investor. Those are people with about under $1 million or so, maybe under $5 million or so in crypto adopting Bitcoin. You need to see the institutions in crypto. Those are the power players, the whales, the Coinbases, the Bybits, the Bitfinexes of the world. Those power players in crypto adopting crypto, which they already have, but you want to see them buying the dips. Now, we also need to see the retail trader. Those are the 200 million people plus in America that are adults that have money that they can put into Bitcoin. We need to see them investing in Bitcoin. And then probably most importantly, we need to see institutions outside of Bitcoin and crypto adopting Bitcoin and crypto. Why? Because to get those other 200 million retail people that are not in crypto, they need to have confidence that Bitcoin is not a scam, that Bitcoin's not going to die, that Bitcoin's not going to go away. They need to have confidence from the leaders that they follow, such as a Cash App, such as a KPMG, such as a Tesla, that they are invested in Bitcoin. But there's one major problem that publicly traded companies face. If at any point during the quarter, their investment in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is down, they must report that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as a loss when the quarterly earnings call comes. That's what happened with Tesla. They had to report a loss because at some point Bitcoin had gone down. And by the way, if Bitcoin had gone up, and it was up over the quarter, so January 1st, you bought Bitcoin at $42,000, it's at $65,000 by the end of quarter one, and it's up, but it went down to $40,000 at some point, that publicly traded company has to report that Bitcoin as a loss because of the way that the reporting structure is set up for publicly traded companies in America. So most of these companies that we need to get into crypto are scared to get into crypto because they don't want to see their stock price crash whenever their investors get mad that they're investing in this risky new asset named Bitcoin and they're losing hundreds of millions of dollars, even if they're actually up a couple $1 billion on their investment. That's the issue that we're running into right now with publicly traded companies. A lot of them are very scared to get into Bitcoin for exactly that reason. They don't want their stock price to be attached to Bitcoin because they see Bitcoin as volatile. The good news, however, is that we do have leaders in the traditional space such as Tesla, such as MicroStrategy, such as now Coinbase, such as Grayscale, helping to put together all these different funds with major publicly traded companies inside and outside of cryptocurrency. There are publicly traded companies coming online. We see Microsoft starting to work in the metaverse. We see Facebook changing its name to Meta. We see so many publicly traded companies moving in that direction, and they are leaders in the stock market, and they're going to help other publicly traded companies to come down the pipe and start buying Bitcoin. So here's the deal. There's one big problem and there's one big solution. The big problem is a lot of companies are too scared to invest in Bitcoin and they're too scared to invest in crypto because they don't want to upset their shareholders. And at the quarterly earnings call, if at any point during the quarter their investment was down, they have to report that investment as a loss at the quarterly earnings call, even if it's up by the end of the quarter. that scares the institutions because they don't want their stockholders to get upset at them and they don't want their stock price to go down. But here's the solution. The solution is beautiful. You can't stop Bitcoin. It's really that simple. Bitcoin is worth $800 billion and is worth every single penny because it is the new gold. And if it were to go to the same market cap of gold, around $10 trillion, Bitcoin would be worth well over $400,000 a coin. I do think that that's going to happen, and the institutions see that too. And at this point, in the last year, we've seen a tipping point. We saw it start with Tesla, and now the dominoes are falling at an exponentially increasing rate. We are seeing institutions realize, okay, the potential return of investing in Bitcoin and getting a 10x is bigger than the risk of our stock price going down for a quarter and freaking out our shareholders. They're starting to realize, okay, this is not going anywhere. Yes, this might hurt our stock price for a couple of months. This might hurt our stock price for a year. This might put some fear, uncertainty, and doubt in our holders about our company, but they realize the opportunity. They realize the writing on the wall. They're watching these major players start moving in crypto, and they are starting to get more confident. So remember what I said. We got four factions. We got the retail in crypto, the retail out of crypto, the institutions in crypto, the institutions out of crypto. The institutions out of crypto, we need to come online, and guess what? They are. So if you're excited about the fact that the institutions are coming online in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, smash that like button and tell me down below, what do you think the next groundbreaking publicly traded company to buy Bitcoin is going to be? Do you think it's going to be Walmart? Do you think it's going to be Microsoft? Do you think it's going to be McDonald's? Do you think it's going to be, Amazon? Who do you think is next? What's the next major company that's going to invest in Bitcoin and crypto? And do you agree that the companies that are publicly traded are too scared to get into crypto? And what do you think will drive them over the edge to actually finally coming into this space? I'd love to hear all of your thoughts on that in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that subscribe button and make sure to like the video. Follow us on our social media at CryptoJebb everywhere except on TikTok, where we are at CryptoJebb Official. Make sure to follow us there as well. Before I go though, guys, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, you should definitely consider subscribing because we're trying to help you become financially free in these cryptocurrency markets. And also, consider following us on Twitter at CryptoJebb for more updates on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Peace.